Hello, fourth grade, and welcome to Shaping Your Left Hand. This is a super important part of our class and a super important page in your book to find. So make sure you have this open. It's page 6 in your book. Right now I'm looking at a violin book, so if you have cello or bass, it might look a little bit different. But make sure you have your book open. It's going to show you how to shape your left hand. So the first thing you do is you find your left hand. So if you forgot, remember, check the L thing. Whichever one makes an L is your left hand. So your left hand, you hold it up like a turkey. We call this our turkey hand. And if you're a violin, this is what you're going to do. So if you're cello bass, I am making you another video, so don't do this one. All right, violin, viola, here's your hand. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers. This is now finger 1. This is now finger 2. This is now finger 3. And this is now finger 4. So thumb is no longer considered a finger in orchestra class. All right, so your turkey, you're going to put your first finger out by himself, your second finger distance from your first finger, and then your third finger is now best friends with your middle finger, and those two are going to hang out together. So you got to have your pinky also spaced away. So these two fingers are together, almost like you're a turkey who's playing in the mud, and these two feathers got stuck together. So this is what your hand looks like for violin turkey. All right, so violin violas, this is what your turkey hand looks like. All right, now we're going to take this finger shape, and we're going to put this on the instrument. So in order to do that, we've got to find our magic spot. So if you hold up your turkey again, your magic spot is right where the first finger actually meets the palm of your hand, and that's right here. So when we put the neck of our instrument in that spot, it's going to rest right there between our thumb and that spot, and then you'll still have a hole underneath where I call your hamster escape route. So if I pick up my viola here to show you how this is going to go, let me get this out of the way. I always say try to get your hair or hoodies out of the way when you put your instrument on your shoulder so there's nothing blocking your shoulder rest. I'm going to put my viola on my shoulder, and I'm going to put my thumb on the left side of the neck before the first tape, and I'm going to put my magic spot on the other side of the neck. So if I would look, you can kind of see it. Let's see the best angle to get this. You can see there's a hole coming through the neck here, and it's not sitting down in the web of my hand. So if I put the viola neck or violin neck into the webbing of my hand, right on that, it would not be correct. So that's why you have to put it between your thumb and the magic spot. If your thumb is sticking up over the neck, that means your thumb is too high up. So you want to get your thumb just so it's barely peeking out over the edge, and then the neck is resting on the magic spot. So you have that little hamster escape route right here to get out through. All right, so that is where your first finger and your thumb go. Now you take your first finger and you're going to curve it onto the D string, onto the first tape. Your second finger onto the second tape, and your third finger is hanging out right with your second finger on the second tape. So if I turn this way, one more time, I'll do it again. My thumb, my magic spot, first finger on the first tape, second finger on the second tape, and third finger right next to them. So again, if I took that off, second and third finger are together like a turkey, and we're not using fourth finger right now. But when we do, this is what it'll look like. It's called turkey 1. All right, so I'll put it back. All right, thumb, magic spot, first finger, second finger, and this is on my D string. So this is so you guys can see it. And when I put it on my shoulder, I set this up, and my second and third finger are a nice square shape. So I don't want this. If I have my fingers really flat and mushed, you actually won't be able to get a good sound, and you won't be able to make finger tunnels. You want to make sure that your fingers are very square shaped and that they're very curved when you set them on the D string. So again, I'm playing viola right now, so that's why I'm on my second string. If you're a violin, you need to be on your third string. So this is what violin would look like, and this is what viola would look like. So some of you might have a third finger tape, but most of you do not. I just put 2 finger tapes on for most of your instruments that came in. So again, this is how you set up your left hand. So another thing you want to check for, this. You want to make sure that you don't have what I call the pizza pan hand. So it looks like you're carrying a pizza, your hand is flat. You want to make sure that you keep your wrist out like that. So that's all I say. Your hamster named Fred likes to sit on your palm, and he needs that little escape route to escape through in case you accidentally smush him. So make sure you don't keep your hand like this, or Fred can't sit here and watch you play. So make sure you pull your wrist back and you curve your fingers onto the string. Make sure your thumb is resting right next to this first tape. Sometimes I notice the thumbs kind of sneak up, and then your first finger will be sneaking up and you won't be on your first tape. So really keep an eye that your first finger is on that tape. Your instrument is resting on your magic spot. Your second finger is on the tape, and your third finger is right next to them. They're hanging out, they're friends. So first and second finger have a big space between them. but second and third finger are right next to each other. Okay, and that's how you set up your left hand on violin and viola.